So excited about today's show. I live for this. I've got the new health sensation that will dominate health food stores across the country.
It's my favorite place to find the next big thing for your health. It's where I discovered chia seeds, tart cherry juice, and coconut oil. But what's the next big thing this year at the health food store? I did my research. I knew it had to be easy to find, inexpensive, and have proven health benefits. A berry that comes from Asia, this powerful fruit fights high cholesterol and heart disease. And its leaves have potent sugar-blocking properties that may help prevent an epidemic that affects 1 in 3 of you: diabetes and pre-diabetes. That's why I've chosen the white mulberry as the next big thing at the health food store. How can a fruit this tiny pack such a powerful health punch?
Can this dried white mulberry be the real deal? Leslie's joining us. Now, you say you've tried most of the big discoveries we have offered on the show.
Yes, and my favorite is the coconut oil.
Coconut oil?
And I put it on my face.
Yes.
And you know how old I am?
29.
Close. 50!
Are you really?
I still got it going on!
I like it. Good for you. You do look wonderful. Listen,
Thank you.
we spend so much time researching these ideas, and we're very precious in our efforts to sort of share them in the right time. I don't want to waste people's money, and we're thoughtful about the process. White mulberry, I really think, will change a lot of people's lives. Have you ever heard of it before?
No. Mulberry, yes, but not white mulberry.
So it's a pretty interesting little fruit. I want you to taste that if you don't mind. You're going to be our taste tester today, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Give it a little taste. These are dried. They've got all kinds of unique characteristics, which I'm going to speak about. But if you don't like a taste, you're not going to eat it. So describe it to everybody.
They taste like raisins. Raisins and a little nutty.
Yes.
Nutty raisins.
Like a fine wine, a bit of woodiness
Yes.
to it. So I do think it has the consistency of a raisin, but it's not quite as sweet to me. It's more like a fig.
Fig, yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
And I must say, it's a very unique fruit for a bunch of reasons. It's rich in antioxidants, which of course helps your heart health, which is the beginning of a very long path of benefits that it offers us. But it's the leaves that are exciting scientists. The leaves of the mulberry, which you can now find all across the country. They can help you process sugar differently. Now, I know we've talked about sugar and diabetes a lot, but let me show you why, independent of diabetes, sugar needs to be on everyone's radar screen. So you come back and do this little animation with me?
Yes.
Okay, let's say you just had a candy bar, all right? Or a piece of bread, frankly, lots of things could do it. When you put something in your mouth, this candy bar is a good example, it goes right down to your stomach. There's the liver right there, by the way. I'm gonna get back to that in a second. As the food comes into the stomach, it gets absorbed. It goes right to the liver. If you have a lot of sugar, the liver literally turns to fat. It begins to convert all the sugar to fat, not just to the hips, but also your thighs, and your belly. So the pancreas makes insulin, those little green dots of insulin. It has to make a lot more insulin. It's running as fast as it can, and it can't keep on, and ultimately, it burns out. That, my friend, when the pancreas can't keep up with the sugar anymore, is the worst case scenario. That's diabetes. All right, now, we've talked about sugar. You all know it's a big issue. What I love, and this is what's so exciting about mulberry, is that it has a way of stopping this process before it even starts.
Wow.
That's what's getting everyone so excited. That's why I think it'll become the dominant thing in the health aisle this year. So, you remember that nursery rhyme when you were a little kid about, the mulberry tree? Mulberry bush?
Yes. Monkey chase the weasel.
The monkey chased the
weasel.
The weasel.
My kids are 15.
Did she get it right? Yeah. Well, you know what? You're getting into a weasel costume. You're going to get to be the weasel today for a very important reason.
Does this have a...
And when I was a kid, by the way, they used to have a mulberry tree, these big trees. It wasn't even a bush anymore, in my front lawn. And I would get up, because I was a kid, I'd go up and I'd shake the bushes, the branches, and then we'd put a big sheet beneath it, and we'd harvest all the mulberries. It's very common in Turkey. It's all throughout Asia. That's where the plant comes from, but it's all over this country now. Now, I'm going to help you out a little bit. There we are. Oh, that's an upside down. That's an upside down weasel. There we go.
I am sorry I told anyone I was on the show now.
There we are.
You get me all, we're in trouble.
There we are. All right, so look at these foods back here. See all these delicious foods?
Okay.
Donuts, chocolates, pastries. What do they all have in common?
Sugar?
Sugar.
Sugar.
They all have sugar in common. You, my friend, Leslie, are now the weasel, and the weasel represents sugar. All the bad stuff we eat. So the weasel represents that sugar, and so you're gonna actually pour into this body, this is what I built you for you, sugar. And I've got some cotton candy here.
Okay.
Represent the sugar. Go ahead and pour some in there. Spread it out a little bit. There we are.
Through the whole,
Yeah, not the
all
whole
the way
thing,
down?
but just what you want. That's perfect, good. Okay, now, what you've done as the weasel is create a little bit of a mess here, right? And all that sugar, you can hold that sugar if you don't mind, because you represent it. The body actually has to process this sugar, so what does it do? It tries to absorb it. And you absorb that by literally flushing it into the bloodstream, trying to deal with it as best you can.